Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm sharing my 2-week update on the Celimax Retinal Short Tightening Booster. If you have seen my first impression video, you would know I've started this product cautiously, testing on my neck first and then I went ahead using it on my face. In that video, I talked about the ingredients, the formulation and my very experience with it. And now, after 2 weeks of consistent use, I wanted to share what's changed, how my skin is reacting and what I'm adjusting in my routine. And before I dive into that, a quick recap for those of you who haven't seen that first video. This one is a 0.1% nanoretinal formulation. It is also encapsulated for gradual delivery, claiming it to be effective but gentler than traditional retinoids. It also has Matrixyl 3%, Panthenol and 20,250 microparticles A-shot technology that help with tightening and better absorption of these ingredients. First impressions, slight tingling, a very thin layer worked best and no major irritation. Now if you want a full review of this product, what are the ingredients, what are the percentages, what each component does, check out my first impression video linked here in the cards and also in the description. So here is what I've noticed over the past 2 weeks. Week 1, I continued using it on alternate nights and my skin was doing really well. No major redness, no peeling, no irritation. I didn't see any dramatic results yet, which is expected, yeah? Retinoids take time to show visible changes, not just retinoids but any skincare formulation. Entering week 2, I decided to try it every night. Because it didn't give me any irritation or any redness, I thought let me give it a shot applying it every single night. I wanted to see if more frequent use would speed up any results. For the first 3 nights, my skin handled it fine, but by the 4th day, I started noticing sensitivity around my eyes and slightly around my mouth. Especially when I was applying sunscreen or any oil in the morning, I noticed a slight tingling sensation in areas like around my eyes and mouth. It happened when my skin naturally stretched while gliding the products over it. It wasn't painful, just a sign that my skin was responding to a potent active ingredient. I also got a small pimple just above my eyebrows. I was a bit worried that applying the booster shot there might cause irritation or a burning sensation, but to my surprise, it didn't cause any noticeable reaction at all. It just glided over the area smoothly as if there was no acne, nothing at all. That was a nice surprise and made me feel more confident using it. Now that I had this experience of slight burning sensation while I was using it every night, this is what I adjusted in the routine. I've started using less product, just a thin layer instead of a thicker one. You just need a very small amount. Do not go heavy with this product. It is a still retinal. I believe the packaging is purposely made in a way that it indicates use a tiny amount. Another thing I did was I layered a soothing moisturizer first. So I was doing this before also, but this time I added 2 layers of soothing moisturizer first, then tap in the booster on top. This helped buffer the skin and reduced sensitivity. Now that I am sensitive, I feel these areas stretching or rubbing accentuate that sensitivity, so I am being mindful to avoid overstretching or rubbing areas like under the eyes, which are naturally more delicate. Now these small tweaks help me minimize any irritation and continue using this every other night without any excessive irritation. And even though I'm using it every other night, I'm still being consistent with the product. And after 2 weeks, here is what I've noticed so far. Of course, there are no dramatic visible changes as yet. As expected for a retinoid, it takes a full month or more to see texture and firmness improvements, but my skin feels smoother overall compared to the very first application. The lines, I really want you to focus on the laugh line on my right cheek. It was more noticeable even when my face was at rest. And after 2 weeks of use, I feel this one here is slightly less visible. I feel they are still visible, yes, but I feel they are less deep and less prominent than before. And that is huge. Even it is that subtle, it still makes a big difference. And talking about sensitivity, it's quite manageable now because I'm not using it every single night now. I've gone back to using it every other night and it's manageable by using 2 layers of moisturizer before applying retinal. Now having said that, I realized that I could have gone with the sandwich technique with this, but I feel after I use this, my skin feels quite moisturized and like nourished. I don't really feel the need of a moisturizer. Like if I would apply on top of this, I will feel that my skin has become really oily and like too saturated with moisturizers. Now, based on my 2 weeks experience, I have some tips if you're starting to use this booster. Start slow. If you're new to retinol, once in a week is a good start. If you have used retinol in the past, maybe you can try 2 nights, every alternate night. And if you see that's working fine for you, go for 3 nights in a week. And that's the max. I wouldn't suggest you do it every single night. I've tried it. On my sensitive skin, acne prone, I felt the sensitivity and something that you don't want to experience actually using a skincare product. Use a soothing moisturizer first to buffer any irritation that might occur. Number 3 is you don't need too much of a product. Just a thin layer across your face works best. Number 4, you should be watching out for sensitive areas on your face, especially around the eyes, under eyes, around mouth. If your neck gets sensitive to skincare, they may start to feel tender with frequent use. So listen to your skin and adjust accordingly. And number 5, be patient. Retinoids take time to show results. So that's my 2-week update on the Celimax Retinal Short Tightening Booster. My skin is handling it well with minor sensitivity tweaks, and I'm excited to see what changes show up by the 1-month mark. If you have tried this product or another retinoid, I would love to hear your experience. Let me know in the comments. And of course, if you want to see my full 1-month review, make sure you're subscribed to this channel so you don't miss the update. And that's all for today's video. I'll see you all in my next video. Until then, stay tuned, stay beautiful.